So, you're thinking of buying your first home and wondering, how can I avoid all the stress and potential disasters that might come along the way? Hello, future homeowners. You've come to the right place. Today, I'll walk you through a simple 5-step guide on how to reduce the stress and uncertainty of buying your first home. I'm Gasenko, a Canadian mortgage broker with over a decade of experience in helping people just like you turn this dream into a reality. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. To illustrate the home buying journey, let me tell you about Elaine and Jerry. They had been renting in downtown Toronto for years, savoring the simplicity of low rent and carefree living. Life felt light, no maintenance fees to worry about, just the heartbeat of the city at their doorstep. But everything changed when their landlord decided to sell, uprooting their sense of stability. They managed to find a lovely new condo, sleek and modern, with all the right amenities, even if it was a little smaller. It felt like a fresh chapter, until a year later, when an unexpected letter arrived, a $400 rent increase. Shocked, they learned that condos built after 2017 have no rent control, giving landlords free rein over rental hikes. That was the breaking point for Elaine and Jerry. They realized they craved something more permanent, a home they could shape and protect on their terms. But they knew the leap from renting to owning was monumental, and without a solid plan, it felt overwhelming. Here is the exact plan I would recommend for any first-time home buyer or really anyone on the path to property ownership. Step 1. Get pre-approved for a mortgage. Like many first-time home buyers, Elaine and Jerry were lost in a maze of numbers, unsure how much they could truly afford. They tried their local bank, hoping for guidance, but after a long wait, they found themselves bouncing between tellers and advisors, more focused on pushing mutual funds than understanding their dreams of owning a home. Feeling invisible and drained, Elaine turned to a friend who recently bought a home. Her friend shared a secret weapon, a mortgage broker named Alan. He's a game changer, she promised. Alan took on the legwork, comparing rates across lenders, a daunting task for anyone to handle alone. He made them feel like VIPs, answering questions even on weekends. And the best part, his services came free of charge, thanks to their A-lender qualification status. Elaine worked as an editor at a well-known catalog with a stable career, and Jerry was an actor and a comedian. Together, they made a solid 6-figure income and have saved a reasonable down payment. But despite their financial stability, they still felt a disconnect between their budget and the reality of home prices. They needed guidance to truly understand their purchasing power. Alan, their mortgage broker, guided Elaine and Jerry step by step through the pre-approval process, helping them with their application and showing them exactly what they could afford. Once they received their pre-approval letter, everything clicked. They felt empowered and confident, ready to start their search with a clear sense of purpose. With Alan's support, Elaine and Jerry were finally prepared to take the next big step towards their dream of owning a home. Step 2. Calculate the closing costs. Next, Elaine and Jerry tackled the closing costs. They started with an online calculator to estimate the land transfer tax and were stunned to discover they'd need an additional $17,000 for a $600,000 property in Toronto. Luckily, as first-time home buyers, they qualified for a rebate, reducing the tax to about $8,500. But the surprises didn't stop there. Alan reminded them to account for other expenses, like legal fees, which could run between $1,500 and $2,500, and appraisal fees, which can go up to $600. The reality of these costs added up quickly, but with Alan's help, they could see exactly what to expect. Just like Elaine and Jerry, be sure to use an online calculator to get an estimate on your land transfer tax. After the down payment, it's usually the largest closing cost. I'll include a link to a land transfer tax calculator in the description below. Make sure to check the first-time homebuyer checkbox if it applies to you. And remember that Toronto's additional land transfer tax won't apply if you're buying outside of the city. Step 3. Find a trusted realtor. Elaine and Jerry knew the right realtor could make all the difference. They wanted someone who didn't just know the market, but truly understood downtown Toronto. After gathering recommendations and interviewing a few agents, they found Samantha. Samantha knew each building's strengths, hidden issues, and where to uncover the real gems. With her sharp negotiation skills, they felt like they had a true pro on their side. Every week, they toured properties, sharing feedback and listening closely to Samantha's advice. Over 2 months, they explored around 50 condos, noticing which ones flew off the market and which ones sat waiting for buyers. It was eye-opening, giving them a true sense of each condo's value and the confidence to make an informed choice when the right place came along. Step 4. Find the right property and make an offer. At last, Elaine and Jerry found their dream condo, a modern unit with floor-to-ceiling windows that framed the breathtaking view of Lake Ontario and the Toronto skyline. The moment they walked in, they knew it was the one. Samantha recognized the intense competition in the market, warned them this gem will spark a bidding war, so they had to act fast. Samantha crafted a strong offer backed by recent comparable sales and made a persuasive case for the seller to consider a price below asking. Using her experience, Samantha discovered the seller had already bought another home and was eager to close quickly on the deal. Even with Samantha's sharp negotiation, the price still came in a bit over budget. So Elaine and Jerry found themselves calling Alan, their trusted mortgage broker, late that Sunday night. They knew that if anyone could make the numbers work, it was him. Alan dove into the details, carefully assessing their options and double-checking every figure. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, he gave them the green light. Just before midnight, the message they've been dreaming of arrived. Their offer had been accepted. Step 5. Closing. With the offer accepted, Elaine and Jerry were finally on the home stretch. Closing. Their first step was hiring a real estate lawyer to navigate the legal details, including a thorough review of the status certificate to confirm the condo's reserve fund was in good shape. Alan, their trusted mortgage broker, recommended an experienced lawyer who carefully examined every detail, flagged any potential property issues, and prepared the essential closing documents. While their lawyer handled the fine print, Alan coordinated the final steps on the mortgage. He worked closely with the bank, ensuring all instructions were seamlessly sent to the lawyer so everything would be done without a hitch. Alan's diligence meant there'd be no last-minute surprises. The day before closing, Elaine and Jerry returned for a final walkthrough. Walking through the empty condo, they took a deep breath, confirming that everything was as they'd imagined and in perfect working order. A satisfied final seal of approval on their new home. That same day, Elaine and Jerry received an email from their lawyer with a statement of adjustments breaking down every final detail, including the down payment balance, legal fees, and any other expenses. With that total in hand, they went to their bank to prepare a bank draft, feeling the anticipation build. Finally, on closing day, they sat across from their lawyer, signed the documents, and handed over the bank draft. Thanks to Alan's coordination, the mortgage funds had already arrived seamlessly from the bank that morning. Everything was set. Then, after a brief pause, it happened. The transfer was complete. Their lawyer placed the keys into their hand. A thrilling moment as they realized they were officially homeowners. Elaine and Jerry exchanged a smile, knowing they'd finally achieved their dream. Elaine and Jerry's story is proof that, with the right preparation and guidance, buying your first home doesn't have to be overwhelming. It can be a smooth and truly rewarding experience. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more insider mortgage tips. And remember, for a limited time, I'm offering a free one-on-one consultation. Use the calendar link in the description below to book your time slot. I'm Alexander Gasenko, your trusted Canadian mortgage broker, here to make your homeownership dream a reality. Until next time.